how do we get out of this slip? If you have a slip that looks like this, it's super important to figure out how these lines should be set up, because all you have is two pilings here and you have a dock right here. Now, number one thing is you want to make sure that you have 6 lines on, okay? So that's 6 lines that keeps you in between here, because there's another boat that's going to be on the outside of this imaginary line here. So first we have crossing lines at the stern, okay? The crossing lines here, this line keeps you from moving this way. This line keeps you from moving this way. So the boat is stable right there. The next thing, looking at the bow, we have 2 lines, one from the piling here, one from the piling here. All right, now the most important lines, in my opinion, would be spring lines right here. So we would actually run these spring lines from the piling right there, just like this. So order of operations, how do you do this? Now, you need these spring lines just long enough to get you close to the dock, but if you put them too long, those engines will crash into the dock. So we want to make sure they're just perfectly measured to keep us off of the dock even when we are in reverse, because that's the trick right there. Okay, so how do we get out of this slip? Now, you could do this alone, believe it or not, even with a boat here, with a boat here. So what you've got to do, number one, is take those bow lines off, okay? So those bow lines, not really doing too much. Sometimes you have piling here, or sometimes you have a piling here, okay? And the boat can teeter-totter, it's fine. But the boat's not going to swing into this other boat on this side or this side. Now, next thing you do is you're actually going to put the boat in reverse. And I'd say just one engine right here, put it in reverse. That's going to get tension on these lines here. So the boat's going to move back. Of course, it's not going to touch here because you already measured, right? They have tension right here. Now, you just take these lines off because these lines are now slack, okay? They're not doing anything. They're non-working lines. And right now, the cool thing is, even if you had wind or current moving from one side to the other, if you leave those engines in reverse and you have tension on this line, the boat's not going anywhere, even with wind pushing you off. So what you got to do now is go into neutral. Those engines are going to spring you forward, and you might want to give it a little more forward, okay, just to get up here. And then once you get midship, okay, right between these pilings, take these lines off, hang them up, and then you are free to go.